Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Gibbs here. I got the man, the myth, the keyboard warrior, Genocop with me from Orbit GG. What's going on, Gino?
Yo, yo.
All right, so first question. I'm going to get right into it. Keyboard, what the hell? What the hell's going on here? You're the only pro that's notable, at least, playing on keyboard. So why are you doing that?
Yes. I basically started with keyboard, and I've been playing. I have 1,000 hours now, so at like 300 hours, I just knew I was good, and I never really decided to switch, I guess, even though everyone said to.
Yeah.
So I just kind of stuck with it, and now I think I'm at a pretty high level where I can compete with everyone.
Pretty high level, top in an A almost, yeah, we'll say okay, sure. All right, so
Yeah.
on that, so fair to launch back in the day, you guys had to go through open qualifiers to make it to the pro league. How'd that whole process go? And did you think it was fair and all that?
Um, yeah, I think it was fair. We fought through the open qualifiers to get first seed,
Hmm.
and basically we had to verse Double Tap, then ECN Royalty, then Jirelli's Goodies to make it in.
Yeah.
And I thought we definitely like earned our spot in the pro league just as everyone else.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Like I meant more of like because you had to go through extra rounds. Like, did you think that was fair compared to the top eight that got invited to like the next part of the bracket?
Yeah, I still think that was fair because the top eight earned their spots because they were already on the power rankings. So yeah, I think it was fair.
Yeah, like I thought it was an impressive run. You guys also had the benefit of the bracket got a lot easier when ECN took out Market, but you guys definitely deserve your spot. And we'll go
Yeah,
right
that
into
was
that.
crazy.
Yeah, like with the Pro League, the last day of the Pro League, how did that feel going 5-0 and then watching Mock at least get two wins against Orange Creamsicle?
We were so hyped. We were all on a call just watching the Market game, and we were just like hoping and praying that Market would take the two games, and they did it. And you should have heard everyone should have heard our comms. You should have recorded it or something because we went crazy.
Yeah. So you guys actually started 0 and 10, right? You played us
Yes.
and you played Kings. So you played the top two teams. Like, how were you guys feeling after the 0 and 10 start?
We made a roster change actually after the first 5-0.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
We brought in Sid, and then so I feel like that kind of gave us more confidence, I guess, offensively. But obviously, going 0-10, you're still gonna be like, we're kind of like, I guess, not good enough for this league or whatever. We're not good enough to, verse the top teams. But then when we finally, won that series against Mocket, I think it definitely sparked a new hope for us,
Hmm.
and it definitely gave us like more confidence to say like we can still make playoffs and we can, at least hang with some of the, top tier teams at that point.
Yeah. And then the RLC playoffs. So you guys squeak in. You wind up having to face Crown and Jewels. Like, pretty much any Europe team is not a great team to face. Like, how'd you guys think the quarterfinals went?
We went into the quarterfinals. We had like some practice, I guess, playing on EU servers, but we never really got like any EU scrims, and we had like basically no experience playing EU teams really, besides I guess just watching them or just playing on EU servers. So the quarterfinals, I'm kind of disappointed, but Crown and Jewels were definitely the better team, so they wound up winning the whole thing. So I'm not that mad, but only taking one game was a little frustrating
Yeah,
for
for
sure.
sure. So then after the Pro League, we had roster Armageddon, but failure to launch now is like the only team that did not make a roster move after we just saw Kings make a roster move. Uh, Literally 2 hours
Yes.
before this, 3 hours before this. So literally, you're the only team in North America that did not change rosters. Why did you guys stay together? And do you think it was a good move? Which obviously you probably do. Yeah.
Um, I don't know. We stayed together. I guess after we made playoffs, I think that kind of like, it showed us that like, I think if we just kind of like stick with this roster, we can still improve. Like, because there was still a lot of room for improvement, obviously after that Crown and Jewels match.
Yeah.
So we just kind of stuck with it, and we've been getting a lot of pretty good results lately. We've been, beating some really good teams. So I think uh, I'm definitely happy that we stayed together. Or
So then on that, So you guys stay together. You probably so then like RLCS gets announced and all this. It's a big deal. Sponsors are probably knocking down your door. Like, did you guys have a lot of sponsors coming at you, or was Orbit one of the few? Like, how'd that process go for
Actually,
you guys?
yeah, actually, we didn't have a lot of sponsors approaching us. Orbit was our only one that we were in talks with, I guess.
Uh huh.
Um, so yeah, we actually didn't have really any sponsor offers besides Orbit.
And like, how did those talks go? Where the like, how's the org? How the contract talks go? Like, I heard James was helping you guys a bit with the contract
Yes.
since you guys were new with contracts. Like, how was that experience of just like having a contract in front of you, not understanding all of it, and not wanting to sign something that could hurt you later on? How'd that whole go?
Yeah, for sure. I'm only 16, so I obviously like really haven't dealt with any of that before. But JamesBot definitely helped us throughout the whole process and kind of like talked with us about like what was going on and like what the contract was, I guess what it meant. And it was weird, but it was a pretty cool experience in the end, I guess.
And then on that, so with all these new teams coming about, who are you most worried about going into like RLCS
Is
in
that
NA?
just from NA?
Yeah, yeah, like just from NA, like not talking about EU.
Um, it's got to be Iba Power because their new roster is just insanely good,
Hmm.
insanely skillful.
And like lately, the past few weeks, like you've been taking out Kings, you've been taking out Maka, like you're trading wins with these other teams. So are you pretty confident that you can take them down? Like if it came down to it, like loser bracket match to make it the group stage, you're playing Kings, you're playing Maka NA. Like, are you guys confident going into that matchup?
Oh yeah, totally. We keep practicing, keep scrimming, and I think we're only getting better. So yeah, we're definitely confident going up against the top tier NA teams for sure.
Nice. So now with the format, like, is there anything you would change with the RLCS format? Are you surprised that like 20,000 bajillion teams signed up, and like, how is that Saturday? I think it's Saturday when NA plays. Like, gonna go when it's like it could be possibly 12 hours of playing Rocket League.
That's gonna be a bit hectic. I know you guys covered it on the locker room. But yeah, I could see there being a lot of holdups with people getting into servers. I'm not sure if that's going to be all automated or not. The way like that's going to work, and there's going to be disputes. So I can imagine that just being very hectic. But I mean, we got to do it. So yeah.
So now it's one of the more, like, I wouldn't say you guys are not popular, but like people know Cosmic, people know Kings, and now some of these players, like, well, when said was on Genesis, like people were probably going to be following them a bit because said Junior's a bigger name. Like the three of you are not as big of names in the scene, like fandom wise. Like, does that put like a chip on your shoulder going into these matchups, like knowing that you can compete with these teams? Just maybe the casual audience hasn't noticed you.
No, I wouldn't say it puts a chip on our shoulders. Like, if anything, like we're always like the underdogs, I guess, going into a
Yeah.
lot of these matches because they always know, the big name players, and I guess we're more under the radar. So I kind of like just like, being the underdog and being able to like upset like the big teams, based on what the fans think and stuff. So I think it's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Cool. One last thing that I wanted to talk about was the All Star game. How cool was that being voted into the All Star game for the RLC Pro League, and how was that best of nine like epic series? Like, how did that feel like going into that?
It was very cool being voted in and being able to play with the greats. I was like pretty nervous during that match because like I haven't really like played with any of those guys before, but it was really cool. Once in a lifetime like experience to be like in an all-star game for like the first like Rocket League all-star game or whatever.
Yeah.
That was really fun though, really cool.
Yeah, you definitely deserved it for sure because on Pro League you were a monster.
Thank
But
you.
is there anything you want to plug or like say about your teammates, anything like that? Like anything you want to get off your chest, tell the fans.
Check out Orbit. They're great guys. Orbit.gg, the website. Um, yeah, that's about it. Not really anything else I want to plug.
All right, sounds good. We'll throw the links in the description for orbit.gg, and if you want the Twitters and all that of your team.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, thanks for joining me, Gino. This was so much
Thanks for
better.
having me.
So much better than Quinn's interview that went 45 minutes.
Yeah,
So
I saw
happy.
that. That was,
But
good.
yeah, good luck in the RLCS, man. I hope to see you there. I hope I somehow make
Thank
it out
you.
there as well. And should be fun, man. Should be like things are getting big. It's exciting times.
It's gonna be intense.
Yep. All right, man. Thanks a lot. I'll see you around.
Thank you.